The Witcher is one of the best fantasy series on Netflix, adapted from a popular novel series by Andrzej Sapkowski. Though the first season was met with mixed reviews, the second season was far more successful. Overall, most viewers love the action, adventure, and magic in this successful series. However, The Witcher has been the subject of some controversy recently, even though Season 3 is one of the most anticipated shows of 2023. Once viewers received the news that Henry Cavill would no longer play the titular character, many were grieved and anticipated a change in the way they view the series. Other viewers have even suggested they would not continue to watch the show once the role has shifted to Liam Hemsworth in the fourth season. Number 9. Charmed. The reboot of the beloved witch series, Charmed, was considered a major disappointment for many fans of the original. Though the reboot followed the same general storyline as the previous series, there were some changes that fans did not care for. On the other hand, the Charmed reboot acquired a dedicated fan base that was upset to see the show canceled after only 4 seasons. These fans enjoyed the fresh take on the iconic storyline and thought it breathed new life into the fantasy genre. Viewers that rooted for the Charmed reboot also felt the plot was different enough from the original that it shouldn't have gotten so much hate in comparison to the original series. Number 8. Wednesday. Wednesday is one of the most successful Netflix shows of all time. Though this series only recently aired on the streaming service, it was a huge hit that quickly developed a dedicated fan base. The plot focuses on the titular character Wednesday Addams, a member of the iconic Addams family. However, even this major hit had some controversy. Fans of the Addams Family films were disappointed with this series and found it didn't pay homage to the quirky family. Though one could argue the point of the series was to do something new with the iconic family rather than mimicking the previous TV and movie adaptations, this didn't satisfy all viewers. Number 7. That 90s Show. That 90s Show is a revival of That 70s Show, focusing on Eric and Donna's teenage daughter, Leia. This next-generation series followed many themes from the original series and brought back several original characters. With the overall success of the first season, fans already have some theories for the next season. While this was a good beginning to a new sitcom, fans of That 70s Show weren't entirely thrilled about That 90s Show. Some of these viewers felt the show was a bit immature compared to the original and appealed to a younger audience. Others were frustrated that this series ignored parts of the original series, such as Michael Kelso having a daughter instead of a son. Number 6. Atypical. Atypical was a touching comedy series that audiences instantly fell in love with. This Netflix series followed teenage Sam, who is on the autism spectrum and struggles to find love. Viewers loved watching Sam go on a journey to become more independent and get in touch with his romantic side. The difficult aspect of this show was portraying a person with autism, because there are no soiree personality traits to assign to each person with autism. Since the spectrum is so vast, some viewers were not satisfied with the way in which a person with autism was portrayed in this story. Number 5. 13 Reasons Why. 13 Reasons Why was a controversial series from the moment it dropped on the streaming service. Netflix had to add an introduction to the episodes following the reception of the series, encouraging anyone with suicidal thoughts to seek help. Despite the fact that this series received scathing reviews from audiences that thought it problematically romanticized suicide, 13 Reasons Why acquired a fandom that resulted in 3 additional seasons following the original plot. Viewers are largely split when discussing this series, with some finding it insightful with a powerful message, and others finding it horrendously suggestive. Number 4. You. There are other series that focus on a serial killer as the main character, but Netflix's You is a unique twist on the trope. This series follows a disillusioned and determined Joe Goldberg who truly believes his obsession with different women is a true sign of love. Though this show has undoubtedly been a hit, There are some harsh realities of being a U fan that some viewers can't ignore. While fans do not have to find Joe likable to enjoy the intense series, many viewers find the show problematic in the way it romanticizes this dangerous killer. Number 3, Messiah. Messiah is a Netflix series that is not well known, but still managed to stir up some major controversy. In this series, a CIA agent investigates a charismatic man that has convinced people that he can perform miracles. Though the audience reception of this show was mostly positive, critics did not take so kindly to this thriller. One major issue with Messiah was the suggested anti-Islamic sentiments and the misrepresentation of religious ideologies. While the creators tried to argue that this work of fiction was meant to stir up insightful conversation, many viewers thought the overall message was negative and likely played a part in the show's cancellation. Number 2, Insatiable. Insatiable follows Patty, a teenage girl who seeks revenge on those that bullied her after she loses a lot of weight. Though this original series also developed a fan base, it's obvious why the premise of this show stirred up a lot of controversies. Though the point of Insatiable was to comment on the societal obsession with body image, the portrayal fell far short of its mark. Many viewers found the plot lacking in substance and humor, instead succeeding in being a cynical, clunky teen drama. Number 1, Dahmer, Monster. The Jeffrey Dahmer. Story was as controversial as the title is excessive. Despite the problems critics and viewers found within this series, the show was one of the biggest hits of the year. Fans of true crime were enticed by this portrayal of the infamous serial killer and praised Evan Peters for the eerie rendering of Dahmer. Despite the reception of this series, it received scathing reviews. Though the show attempted to balance the focus between Dahmer and his victims, it succeeded in only a half-hearted portrayal of the lives of the victims. With 17 young lives taken, the show missed the opportunity to revolutionize the genre by focusing dominantly on the lives of those murdered.